Hey, what's good, Walking Dead fans? This is Campfire Crew, and today we're here to talk about Season 7, Episode 7, Sing Me a Song. Look, we've got 8 moments that we're going to jump in and talk about. First, let me say, thank goodness that this episode was a gazillion times better than the last episode, right? But I could watch a little kid throwing a ball up against a wall, and it probably would have been more exciting than the last episode anyway. But we got some good stuff. We got our main characters back that we're talking about. We got a little bit of Negan action in there. So let's go ahead and break this episode down.
Carl isn't scared to just unload on Negan's men. He's been hiding back there and you're like, what is he going to do? You knew he wanted to kill Negan and he was there. He got the machine gun. He blew away some of Negan's men and he was there and he was ready to do it. As Negan's kind of hiding around one of his guys, you could tell Carl's not willing just to murder everybody, because if he would have, he could have just blown them both away right there. He had the machine gun. You had Negan standing there behind the Savior. He could have just been like, you know what? This is what I'm here for. Take it out. But apparently it got in his mind. Maybe I'm not just a murderer. I'm not just going to kill every single person. But again, this is my favorite part of the storyline. I've been waiting for this so much. And they did it really good, and I was really happy to see Carl looking awesome.
Negan shows Carl the sanctuary and the amount of power and respect that he actually has. This is when it kind of starts, right? And you can't help but see that Carl's got to be kind of impressed, right? Like, he's seeing a system that works. You know that Carl's already kind of leaned towards the darker side anyway. I mean, how he really took to Shane, and Shane was like, yeah, you can get guns, yeah, you can do this. He had a fondness of Shane because Shane treated him like an adult, and now you see Negan doing the same thing, right? But it's awesome to see this dynamic coming into play, and then he's like, yo, here, have a beer here, look at all my wives, and Carl's getting to see a different side of Negan that I don't think he was really expecting.
Negan continues to move around, taking Carl through the sanctuary, and again, Negan has found his way of just continually disrespecting Dwight. He makes a jab at him, and then he turns around and he makes sure that he's right there with his wife to kiss his wife. And then tell him to wait, just so he can finish, just to rub it in his face a little bit more. And you can see it on Dwight's face. He's frustrated. You know he's not happy with it, but he's able to kind of push it down. But as you saw also in this episode, you can start to slowly but see maybe Dwight is finally getting to that point where he's ready to maybe make a change.
Spencer is out here planting his seeds of doubt about Rick to anybody that'll listen. I think this man's going to be the next one to die. He's out here talking trash like, I could be a better leader. I can do it better than him. I've got a plan. You can just kind of see he's working something out in his mind. He's going to end up doing something drastic, something crazy, and getting jacked up for it. The one thing I do like is how Rick's people show him complete loyalty. Even though Rick's kind of on the fringe right now and needs to take different action, his people are still behind him. And they're just like, Spencer, you a punk, get out of here.
Negan keeps pushing on Carl. He finally makes Carl take off his eye patch so that he could see what's underneath. And he makes fun of Carl. And Carl, I mean, this kid's a teenager. His emotions are high. You got puberty going on. Who knows? The poor guy breaks down crying. In the comics, Carl's younger at this moment. He's more like a kid, so it kind of makes more sense. But in this moment, you kind of see it. He's just that crying, that frustration. You're so mad. You can't do anything to fix the problem. You don't know what else to do. Your feelings are hurt and you cry. And Negan actually feels bad for it. He kind of sees it and he kind of is like, whoa, man, I'm sorry. You know, he tries to comfort him. He tries to, hey, man, I'm just messing with you. This is what we do. We just kind of bust each other. It's okay. You know, it's funny because that's the most you've seen Negan. It's the first time you've seen Negan actually not be a complete douche and actually care for a second. But it's interesting, and it begins what will be a continuous, very interesting relationship between Carl and Negan for episodes to come.
Dude gets the iron to the face. We gotta finally get to see what happened, or you know what kind of how it unfolded with Dwight. You know, like you say, he got the iron. We got to see it in action, And yeah, just more of Negan being Negan, right? And just in case everybody forgot, the dude's psychotic and he's willing to do crazy things to people to prove a point. And that is, we have rules, we follow these rules, and we're successful. If you don't follow these rules, I'm going to take this hot iron, I'm going to shove it to your face in front of everybody, I'm going to like it, I'm going to smell your skin melting off, and I'm going to pull it off. Now I'm going to lick it.
Rosita forces Eugene to make a bullet. After just making him feel like he's absolutely worthless, giving him a really hard time, makes him do it. But what's interesting about this scene is that it foreshadows what's to come and what is needing to come for them to beat Negan. And that's when you're talking to Eugene. You know, Eugene, he's this analytics man. He knows, he breaks things down, he understands stuff, and he says, we don't have the numbers and we don't have a leader. Two things that they need. They need the numbers. Again, why have they been showing us all these communities? For that purpose. There are the numbers out there, and they need a leader. And that leader is Rick, but Rick is lost right now. Rick is off in this I'm scared to do anything mode. What's it going to take for Rick to come back and be ready to fight? And I think we're going to see that next week.
Negan finds Judith. Who the freak is watching this kid? And I said it before. Who watching this kid? Rick's been off. He's planning on being off for a while. Michonne's out building zombie roadblocks. By the way, that scene was kind of cool. The chick really thought she was going to overpower Michonne in the vehicle. It's like, girl, come on, man. You ain't taking her out like that. Get your head banged up against the steering wheel. Anyway, moving back over here to this. Look, Negan gets a tour of Alexandria, cracking me up, makes a move on Olivia, smacks him up in the face, stumbles across Judith. Man, ain't nobody watching this kid. Carl been gone, Rick's gone, Michonne's gone, ain't nobody in the house. Who watching this kid, bro? Kid just be chilling. Like, just no human interaction whatsoever until something bad pops off. When he gets it, he's playing house. He's sitting on the porch. He's like, howdy, neighbor, let's come off for a cook-off. Look, I was just cracking up. This whole scene was interesting. No, I don't think he's going to kill Judith or anything of the such. He's just going to use Judith as another, mental screw to Rick when he gets back. But anyway, guys, that's the episode. It was a lot better. Enjoyed the dynamic of Negan. Curious to see what happens in the grand finale of things. Rick and them stumble across this cache of goods, and supposedly there's weapons over there. And they got to cross this little lake to get there. So I don't know, man. Next episode ought to be a lot better. Hopefully the show continues at this pace, and we can get things popping, all right? Because I don't need any more of Tara wandering around on the beach looking out of breath, okay? Anyway, guys, that's the video for today. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And until next time, guys, we out.